A beautiful morning to you, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on when you will be watching this session. Welcome to the lifestyle session at Prime Media TV. I am Ayo, and today I have something really, really beautiful to discuss with you. But like you have seen, today we want to act like an angel free. So it's the complete angel. As you can see, I have a nude camisole inside. So angel, you're welcome to the show.
Hello, viewers.
So as you can see, you want to act angel. So you know all those things like this. Angel, I have come to discuss with you. So that's what he has come to. He has come to discuss with you. Me, I came to talk to you. He came to discuss with you. So welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So what's the preparation for Easter now? How it will be?
Oh, yes, we are on it.
The way you're even saying the we are. I'm suspecting you. But then I'm sure you all are preparing for Easter. As you can see, I am prepared for Easter. You can see don't let me go to that. As you can see, my pendant is speaking Christ. This is representing Christ. So while we anticipate Easter, we'll be looking at a discussion kind of related to it. You know, as we are growing, we must evolve too. If you are growing and you are in a position, no, I mean growth is not growth is not there. If you are not moving from one position to the other, it is no longer growth, it is stagnant. So we are going to have a discussion around that. But before we go into that discussion, let's go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
I get it. Jane, what's wrong? How do you get what? I've been scrolling all day to see where I can get these shoes. Have you tried online vendors? Yes, but I haven't found anyone like it. How about remy.com.ng? Remy? I'll check it out. If I don't get to see where I can get these shoes, I'll just give up on it. Oh my god, I found it! At remy.com.ng. This is how we put a smile on the face of our customers. We do not only make you see what you want, we also get it delivered to you at your doorstep. Why wait? Visit remy.com.ng to buy from us today. You can also sell your products on our website. Delivery within Lagos takes only 3 working days. Interstate delivery takes 7 to 14 working days. Contact the number on your screen for more details. Terms and conditions applied.
Welcome back to the show. It's good to have you. So today we'll be looking at some things. You know, I'm going to pick it up with a story. So something that happened to me some time ago. You know, this person saw me on the road and was asking me a question. She was like, "Are you not working at that place again?" I said, "Yes, I'm no okay." I think I said, "No, I'm still working there." And the person was like, "But you are not going there now, you are going to another place." I said, "You asked me a question and you got your answer. So what else do you want?" This person, as many times as this person sees me, this person keep asking me, "Are you not working in that place again?" And the day I finally told her no, she was like, "Why did you leave that place? Why are you no longer working there?" This. And the person was making a big deal out of it, like if I no longer work in that place again, it is the end of my life. And you know, it made me arrive at a conclusion that there's this mindset that people have when you are in a place and you decide to move out of that place. They ask you a question, "Why did you leave that place?" You know, they feel like you should be in that particular place for life, for eternity, and they have forgotten that growth is inevitable. And it is now bringing me to ask the question, what are the things that people do to limit themselves? Because I discovered that where I was before is not helping. You know, it is not helping me to become who I want to be. I have a goal to achieve. I have something I want to achieve. And my environment was not helping me. My environment was not supporting me. My environment is not adding up to what I want to become. So I had to excuse myself out of that environment to a place, an environment that will open me up to what I want to do. I have as well heard people say I left a place of worship because I'm no longer getting the energy that I need to keep growing. Like the vibe, the strength is no longer there. I want a place where I can blend, where I can grow. And these people left their previous place not because they were having issues, but because they want to grow. And yes, people will fight you, have issues with you because you left that particular place where you were. So, what are the things? The conversation now is that what are the things that people do that limit them, that limit their growth?
Oh, okay. One of the things that stop us from growing is our emotions. Yes, and sometimes people contribute to it. You know, like you said, when you leave, sometimes maybe you leave your place of worship, you change your place of worship, and people will start, saying all sort of things. They will be telling you, "Oh, why did you leave? This place is okay. You're okay here. Why would you? Why do you have to leave?"
Mm.
And so sometimes you feel bad, and you say, "Okay," because people are saying, and sometimes even people don't even take the step of moving because of what people will
What
say.
people say.
So I think emotions is the reason. Emotion is the reason why many a times we don't grow, because we are concerned about what people will say. We are connected. We are, because of maybe the people that are there, because we are connected to them. We don't we
We feel
trade,
like when we leave them, it is the end of
and
it.
so we trade our growth, our advancement, our career, because of how we
Mm.
feel. And so sometimes you have to look beyond your emotion. You have to look beyond how you feel. If not, your feelings, your attachment to people, to your environment, can hinder your growth, can hinder your advancement. No matter how much you love that organization, that a place of work, once you see that it is limiting who you are supposed to be, you are seeing that this thing is hindering your potential. It is not allowing you to explore. It's not allowing you to become all that you can be. It's high time that you move forward. So many of times the things that limit us is our emotions. Is because we are connected to the society. We are used to. Let me say that means that we are used to the place. We are used to the place of work. We are used to the organization. We are used to the people around there. And so sometimes we think the thought of, okay, if I leave this place, how am I going to get other people to get to know other people where I'm going before I can build a relationship with people? Or if I leave this place now, I'll be lonely, I'll have no people. But you have to. So people give up their pursuit for greatness and for advancement in life because of all these things.
Because they are emotionally attached. Like,
Emotionally attached to people and to the society where they are, where they are currently.
Exactly. I can relate to what you have said. I used to have a friend. She's now in I think she's in the US now. When she was still here in Nigeria, she was staying with her parents in Osun State, and she's an ophthalmologist. And as soon as she finished school, she was like, I want to leave Osun State, go to Lagos, and she came down to Lagos. She started out in Lagos with an NGO. She started an NGO, the NGO Empower Ladies. So when she came to Lagos, I think she stayed somewhere around Aja and all of that. So later on, she discovered that Aja, where opportunities are for her to explore is on the mainland. So she was not like, what can I do? What can I do? So she decided to leave Aja and start living with a friend in Lekki. And you know how expensive houses in Lekki are. She paid the price. She was like, I know the caliber of people I want to work with. I know the caliber of ladies I want to empower. I know the caliber of people I want to help and all of that. So she decided to be in the environment. It cost her a lot because it is not easy. People always have this mindset that it's big babes that live in Lekki. She decided on her own. She could have decided to stay back in Aja in her one-room apartment in Aja, but because she wanted to measure up to standard, she left that environment and moved to an environment that will open her up to more opportunities. And this thing with emotions, you see, I feel like emotion can ruin us. I'm a testament to that. My emotion ruined me for 3 years. I was at a place where I was not even needed for good 3 years. Good 3 years of my life. I could have go to other places where I would grow, where I would explore, learn new things, where I will get to learn from others. But people have this champion of local, people have this local champion mindset that I have to be a champion. And me, I have this mindset that I don't want to be the champion in a place. I want to be in the midst of people that are champion in their own field, where you'll be challenged to grow. That is what I see. I don't like to move with people that are not up to my standard. I like to move with people that are way beyond my standard. People that will challenge me to grow at all times. I will say that this person is doing well. That's like, all my friends, they are doing well in their various fields. I have a friend that is a chef. Despite she has gone to a culinary school before, where she knows how to do this cooking thing, but she went to register for another 6 months in a culinary school that she spent thousands of hundreds of naira over that training. For 6 months she left her job. She took a work leave to go and learn that skill. I have friends who are writers that if you hear amounts that they pay for courses, you'll be like, wait, I don't understand. Is it not just to write? But they pay to learn. So I like to move with people that are better than me so I can grow. And I don't consider my emotions. I don't say that you are my friend and so sometimes you see, have you noticed that you don't vibe with people that are not up to your standard? There's no how you vibe with them. See, there are people that when I'm in their circle like this, I don't even know what to discuss with them. I used to have a friend that back then in secondary school, we are always talking very lousy, people know us together back then in school. It's not big deal, it's not pride or anything. But now we happen to be in the same environment. Me, I'm not married, but she's married. She has 2 kids. So she's in that environment, but we don't talk like we used to talk back then in secondary school. In secondary school, we come together, discuss, we're always shouting, you see us together, screaming and all of that. But now, the only thing we even do is to say, hello, how are you doing, how are your children, how is everything? Because there's no conversation that will bring us together. So if you have to consider emotion, there was a time I wanted to consider emotions and, I would go to her house, we talk, and I discovered that the only thing we talk is back then in secondary school. Sometimes I want to bring up new conversation. What is happening now? Secondary school don't go. What is happening now? What is happening now? What is going on? What is the latest development? What do you see yourself? What do you intend doing? As in, I want to talk about let's see how we can move on. But I discovered that this conversation is always on the past. That girl, she later got married to one Agbero. That one, she did, it is always on the past. And I discovered that this one would drag me go back. So I decided on my own that no, the only thing that will link us together. Hello, how are you doing? How is everything? I'm fine. I see you, I don't see you. There's no conversation bringing us together. So people must learn. So how can people learn to balance emotions?
Well, you have to be intentional. That's the approach. You have to be intentional and take responsibility for your life and for your future, your career, and whatever you want to become. And so if you want to, and you have to also be conscious of people who don't have the appetite, the desire to move forward. They don't have plan. You ask them, what is your plan? What is your plan to move forward? What is your plan for the next?
And you're just speaking
I know what it means to have everything and lose everything in a day.
Give you a reasonable
I do.
Plan. It's a plan
I am Job, and this is
advance their life,
to me.
advance their
I
career,
retorted,
and make them better
light
people.
shine on it.
So you find out that you are around
life given to them. They also gave their opinion on the matter. They talked about why God allows people to suffer. They believed I was suffering because I had done something wrong. As a result, they repeated.
If you find out, the first thing is to come out of those kind of people and find, like you said, find an environment that is conducive for your growth. Find an environment that will inspire you. Hang around people that are greater than you, people that are doing well, that are doing better than you, so that you can learn from them. And you want to be maybe a lawyer, and maybe you're hanging around people who are, maybe a doctor, and it doesn't. I'm just giving an illustration. So you have to be around people that will inspire you. I used to tell people that anything you want to become in this life, someone has gone there.
Yeah.
Someone has taken that position. Someone has passed through that line.
So you can always learn from them.
You can always learn from them. If you want to follow that path and become you look up to the person and ask the person question. Okay, how were you able to get to this level? What were the challenges that you went through to become this thing that you are today? And the person will begin to tell you, oh, I did this and that, I tried this, it failed, I did this, and eventually I did this and it worked out. So as the person is talking, you are learning from the person. Sometimes you may not even ask the person, you are sitting, as the conversation is going on, the person will not even know when they will spill out
what is in their mind.
Yeah, the secret to of what made them to be what they are today. So that is what it pays to be around people who have grown. It pays to be around people who know what they want. It pays to be around people who are, that desire growth, that wants to grow. Growth must be intentional. If you don't want to grow, you will not grow. But if you want to grow, if you take it upon yourself that you will grow, you will grow.
Exactly.
Be it financially, otherwise, you can grow in any. So the first thing, how you can be able to grow is you have to be intentional about your growth. And when making decisions, you have to get rid of emotions. You have to get rid of the mentality of, okay, what will people say? If I take this step, if I leave this organization, if I leave this cycle, if I leave this environment, if I relocate, what would people say? If it's going to cost you maybe leaving your family, it's all for your good.
Now you see that family you just mentioned.
If you become something, you're still going to benefit them. So you have to look beyond the inconvenience of the moment and take that step that will affect your future, your career and everything.
Now you mentioned family earlier, and I want to center it around that place. There are times that you really want to do great things, and there are times that your family out of emotion. There are times that our family members, they can use their emotions to even limit us. Like that my friend that I mentioned, that she wanted to leave. It wasn't really easy for her to leave Osun State, considering that she knows no one here in Lagos, coming down to Lagos to come and also for life. Yet I still have yet another friend. When we were still in school, we were in our second year in school then. She was schooling in Lagos, and the parents were in Jos. The parents told her, she's the only one, she doesn't have family members here in Lagos. The parents told her, you cannot continue to school in Lagos, there's no family, and she's not a child. My friend is going to, she will be 32 this year. The parents told her to stop schooling. If she had continued, she would have graduated with us. The parents told her to stop schooling, to come back to Jos. She went back to Jos. Now she's still seeking admission at 32. At 32. So how do we balance emotions with our family members? You want to do something. You see ladies or people that say, I want to go to. It's even easy for the guys. Guys can decide to say, I want to go to school, I want to do this, is what I want to do. There's nothing the parents can say, is a man, he can make decisions. But when it comes to the ladies, a lady will say, I want to go back to school. The parents will be like, you are 29, you are going to 30, you're going to go to school. Once you get married, when will you have rest? When will you give me rest? When will I stop hustling? They look at you and they're like, you want to go for masters, you want to do your degree, you want to this. When will you now get married? They use their emotion to blackmail you. There are times that you say, I want to take up a job somewhere very far and it will warrant me to leave the house. You are a lady. A lady should not be alone. Why not take the job that will give you? I know people that they can actually function in a better environment, but they're considering that if I leave this job now, I'll start paying transport. There will be no food. If you are within your parents, your parents are abroad, they can easily give you food. You will not be spending on food. You will not be spending on transport. Unlike when you go to a far place to work, you'll be spending on food, spending on transport. You'll be taking up responsibilities.
and earn infinite rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for relieving the pain of his servant. So click the link below and donate literally whatever you can, and just watch the rewards and benefits that will come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be showering upon you. But we have to trust in Allah and know that we have to help the ummah.
If you value convenience above your future, above your career, you will not grow. You will not go anywhere. So you have to look
10.
beyond
Jesus
the
was likely very ordinary
inconveniences
looking.
to be able to
We don't
take
have a lot of
decisions
information about
that will
Jesus'
advance
physical
your
appearance, but Isaiah
If you are looking,
prophesies about it.
if I leave
Isaiah 53
my mother's house, I
For
will
he
not see
grew up
free
before
food
him
again.
as a
I will not be buying
Food is important to hey.
have
Yeah.
no
I will
form
now
nor
be,
comeliness.
be
And
working
when we
to
see
get
him,
up for
there is
my
no
clothes,
beauty
for my
that we
own,
should
will
desire
not
him.
grow. Some of us, if
When
we have
Judas betrayed
remained
Jesus,
maybe
it is also well known that he was
in our
required
town,
to kiss
in our
Jesus in
places,
order to assist the
we wouldn't-
authorities in identifying him. Matthew
we wouldn't
26:48.
maybe
Now he that betrayed
maybe
him
would
gave
have been
them a
worse.
sign,
Mm.
You
saying,
understand? But we
Whomsoever
took
I shall
a
kiss,
step
that
and we
is he.
decided that okay,
Take him.
well we are going to
In
go
point
out.
of truth, following
And
his resurrection
it just
from the
reminded
tomb,
me of when I
Mary
traveled
Magdalene
and
mistook
I
him for the
got to my
gardener.
place and I
At
was
this,
about
she
to
turned
leave.
around and
When I
saw
wanted
Jesus
to leave,
standing
I told my
but she did
people
not
that
realize
I'm
that
not
it
going
was
to come by
Jesus.
straight, that
He asked her,
an event
Woman,
somewhere.
why are you
That,
crying?
I'm
Who
going
is
to
it
go
you are
there
looking for?
before coming that
Thinking
way.
he was the
And
gardener,
they
she
were
said,
like, no,
it would be expected of
that
him.
if you are
He
living
would suffer
here, you have to
separation.
go straight. Don't stop
Sit
anywhere.
down.
We are
Then
not
he
sure
took
how
the
we
5
sure
loaves,
where you're going. How we
bury
sure
him,
that what you're
and
going
Pilate
to do
ordered
there is,
that it be given to him.
they will
And
ask
Joseph
you
took
to
the
show
body
us,
and wrapped it in a clean
For
cloth,
evidence.
burial
show us
wrapping,
a flyer
and
or
laid it in his
anything,
own
so that we
new
are sure
tomb,
that
which he
they
had
were.
cut in
I
the rock.
understood that they were
And he rolled
concerned,
a
but
large stone over the
if I
entrance of the tomb
agree
and
with
went
them
away.
and I just
Isaiah predicted Jesus' burial.
did what they told me to do, to just maybe come straight, I would have missed a lot. Because me, I knew what that meant to me. I know that it
Hundreds of
was
years
part of
before.
this thing.
Isaiah
It was something that if I go there, it
Amplified
is going to
Bible.
benefit me
Mm.
His
and it's going
grave
to
was
benefit
assigned
others
with the
as
wicked,
well. So,
but
they were
he
not
was with
seeing
a
it.
rich
So
man in his
you how
death,
you can
because
balance
he had
the
done no
issue of
violence,
maybe family
nor was there
and
any
your
deceit in
your
his mouth.
career or your whatever.
According to the
You
prophecy,
need to know
Jesus
what
was
you want. When you know
executed
what you
as a
want, you
criminal,
insist that
but
this is what you
ended
want,
up in the
and your
tomb of
parents
the
will buy
wealthy.
into it. And even if
Number
they don't buy into
31.
it, as time goes on,
Jesus' tomb
when
was
what your
triple
your
protected.
machines start
The
producing
Romans were
results,
wary
they
of
they are,
any
they
of
are, you're, they are
Jesus'
going to be
followers
convinced that
stealing his
okay,
body,
sure,
because
you
they
know
knew
what
the
you're
he
right
had
doing.
thing.
promised to
So,
return
so
in 3 days.
your family member, they are not
They
just
did everything they could
maybe
to
they are
keep it
not
safe from
educated
outside
in that
interference.
your
This
this thing,
included
in that
3
path you're
distinct
choosing. They don't know
safeguards.
the implication. They
A
don't
large
know
stone,
what it is.
a
So you're the one
disc-shaped
that
stone, is
knows
commonly
it. So you
depicted in
have to
art
pursue
in
it
front
as
of
if you know
Jesus' tomb.
that this thing has
The
a
guard.
profit in it.
We don't
And
know
they may
whether they
be
used
against
Roman
you, they may
guards
say
or
all sorts of
Jewish
things
temple
against you.
police,
But until
but
it
Pilate
starts
demanded
yielding
that the
fruit,
guard be
until they start
stationed in front
seeing
of the
the
tomb.
productivity of that
A
thing,
Roman seal.
that is when they will be
A
convinced
Roman
that,
seal
oh
was
yeah,
both
you
a
know
sign that the
what you want,
contents
and
belonged
this thing
to
you're
Rome
pursuing is
and
a
a
good
warning.
thing.
Yeah.
Anyone caught
Wow,
breaking
this is
such a
really
seal
amazing.
would
So you have to
almost
let go of
certainly be crucified.
inconveniences.
It would have
It may
been
not
nearly
be easy
impossible
at
to
first
reach the
when you
body.
want to do something.
Number
A lot of
32.
people will kick against
Jesus'
it.
resurrection
Your family
was physical.
members, you see, there are times that the people you are expecting to hold your
Mary
hands the most, there are sometimes they'll be the one to be backlashing you. They'll be the one to be saying, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? The people that you needed their support the most, they'll be the one to be talking down on the things you are doing. So you have to learn to let go of income. You can't grow in complacency. You
He
can't
was
grow
present
when
at
you are
Christ's
just
birth and
sufficient
death.
on your own. You can't grow
Mary
in your
watched her
comfort zone.
son
That's the
be
word I'm looking
crucified.
for. You can't grow
Even
in a
in his
place that
torments, Jesus
there's
was
no
concerned with
struggle,
the
there's
care
no
of his mother.
glitch here and there.
32.
Everything is at your
Jesus
own
raised
comfort.
3 people
You
from the
want
dead.
this, you get it. And
It's
you
difficult
can't
to
grow
imagine a
in
miracle
such
that packs
environments.
more
You
of a
have to go
punch than
to
bringing
places.
someone back from the dead.
There's this
At
book I
least
read by
3
Rick
times,
Warren.
this
He said
miraculous
you
act
cannot
is
grow in
recorded as having
isolation,
been
regardless of
performed
who
by
you are,
Jesus
regardless
in
of
the
what you want
Gospels.
to venture in.
The
You
widow
cannot
of
grow
Nain's
in
son.
isolation. So we'll be going on a
This is
short
the
break now,
first
and as soon as we
resurrection
get back, we'll look
Jesus
at
performed.
consider other
As
things
Jesus,
that
his
can
disciples,
limit
and a
your
huge
growth as
multitude
a
approached
person.
the
So
town
we'd
of
like that
Nain
you
in
stay
the
tuned
region
with
of
us.
Galilee.
We'll be right back.
They ran into a funeral procession. The deceased man was his mother's only child, and she had been a widow for his whole life. The woman would have no means of support and no hope because she did not have a husband or grown children who could care for her. Jesus was moved to compassion as a result of the scene. He first softly asked the widow to stop crying, and then he commanded the woman's deceased son to get up. Instantly, the son woke from death, sat up in his coffin, and began to speak. Jesus had performed many miracles, but this is the first time, reported in Luke's Gospel, that he raised someone from the dead. When they saw it, everyone was terrified. The people were in awe and worshipped God. This miracle was a foreshadowing of a larger resurrection miracle to come. Jairus' daughter. Jairus, a synagogue leader, pushed through a crowd to get to Jesus. Amid joy, a messenger arrived from Jairus' house with devastating news. His daughter was no longer alive. Nonetheless, Jesus...
Welcome back to the show. We want you to rejoice because Christ is no longer on the cross. So he is risen, seated far above us, seated far above the heavens at the right hand of God. So make us not cry again. No. This is not the season to cry. This is the season to rejoice. Rejoicing in the victory that the cross has done. You know, while I was coming, I was coming to work today. You know, I was just excited. You know, I had a very bad dream, and as soon as I woke up from that dream, I wanted to be worried, but I remembered the word of God that says he nailed everything to the cross, and he did not stop at that. He made a public show of the devil. So I told the devil, you see, this one where they bring. It was nailed to the cross, and Jesus has made a public show of you. So, make I hear this one. He is risen. Rejoice in the victory that the cross has given to you. As I told you, it is Easter season. Now, why they do Pastor Mrs. here? So, back to our discussion. We have considered how our emotions can limit us, how our environment, where we grow, where the people we are surrounded with, the locality where we find ourselves, how it can limit our growth. You cannot have a $1 billion idea in one village in the bush. You need to exploit in a place where people can buy into the idea. So what other areas do you think people can limit their own growth?
We limit our growth when we don't, when we are not sure of what we are pursuing or the career we want to venture into. And some of us, we know what we want. We know the career that we are pursuing. We know, but we don't know the things that we are supposed to do to become great in that part. So, and when you choose a career, when you choose a particular, a line in life, you have to learn all that you need to learn to become you need to learn what it takes to grow in that circle.
Yeah.
You need to learn all you need to learn to become great in that sector, because many a times it is ignorance on the things to do, what to do. That is what limits us. We don't study. Like, you want to become maybe something, and you're not giving yourself to books that will expose you, that will enlighten you, and that will help you to be efficient in that part. You are sleeping all the time. You sleep from 8, you wake up 10.
Yes, now sleep. You have to sleep now. I mean, you sleep for 8 hours in every 24 hours.
You expect that one day a miracle will just happen, and
miracle. No, they tire Jesus. So
it doesn't happen like that. You have to invest. You have to get knowledge, adequate knowledge, sequential knowledge that will help you to journey through that path.
Yeah.
That will help you. The study you are doing is what will help you on how the steps that you are going to take to become or to get to that place. So if you want to be a cook, you want to be a chef, you want to be anything, you have to get knowledge. You don't just like those days when I used to cook. I would cook, and my my senior sister would be like, "Oh my God,
more poison."
what are you cooking?" I could just cook, ogbono and put in tomato.
Are you serious?
And she would be like,
Who does that?
Oh my God. So I was naive. I didn't know how to cook. So, but I later learned though. So I'm not a good cook.
So you don't put in tomato in ogbono soup again? Maybe the next time you want to cook, you can try Korean thyme in ogbono. New recipe.
Okay. So you have to learn. You have to go for knowledge. You don't do things. You don't pursue your career in ignorance.
Yeah.
Get the knowledge that you need to be successful in that part. The same thing in in so many in football, in so many sectors. There are people that in law, there are people that you see them, they are doing great, they are doing, wonderful in the things that they are doing. Meanwhile, other people, they are also there, but you see that they are struggling, the difference is those people, they know they have studied what it takes to be successful in that part, and they are still doing it without, they are still doing it every day. There are things that they are doing. It's knowledge. You see, when they said knowledge is power, it's true. Knowledge will help you to thrive in any this thing,
exactly,
any cycle that you are. So if you want to maybe be good in what you're doing, in business that you're doing, you have to go for knowledge. You have to, if it's going to take you to go for classes, to pay for classes, do it. And tomorrow, the money you're spending and you're using to learn, tomorrow you're going to get
it in millions fold.
Tomorrow, when people see that you're good in what you do, they can
pay for your service.
They can do anything to get you. So invest in yourself, build yourself,
and that's the best investment you can do. Actually,
there are people, and also give yourself to the right knowledge, that you need. Build yourself, give yourself knowledge that you need. If it's going to cost you books, buy books. It's going to cost you to go to school, to take extra courses, other you must go to business school, go.
Yeah.
So that it will help you. So build yourself. Don't pursue your career or your path blindly without knowledge.
Yeah. You see, one of the things that people should come to understand in this time and season is they should understand the place of sacrifice. For whatever you want to become, for whatever you see yourself becoming, you have to pay sacrifice for it. And that sacrifice could be an investment, like you have rightly said. It can be in your time. See, there's nothing in this life that you want to do that will not take your time. The fact remains that 24 hours will not increase to 48 hours a day. It will always be 24 hours in a day. But you must learn to sacrifice and maximize your time. Yesterday, myself and my mom were having a discussion, and she was like, I was watching a reel, and the reel it was a comedy reel on Facebook that was talking about these old movies that we have once watched and like that. And she was like, you're watching a movie, you will not give me to watch. And in my mind, I said, when will this woman understand my person? Because it's just like we're living in and I had to say it out to her that it's just like we're living together in this house and you don't know me. Is it today that you know that I don't watch movies? Look at what I'm watching. I'm watching a reel. By now you should know that I cannot intentionally on my own, like I'll just sit down now and download movie on my phone. It's not my thing. So I tell people that the only time I get to watch movie as me am, let me use that English word, as me am, the only time I get to watch movie is when maybe I'm in transit and I am but there's traffic in transit and I don't want to just sit back. I don't want to just fill my head with the things that is happening. I just decide to use that time to watch movie. Or when I am doing I do sewing. When I'm sewing, I just want to use, as I'm sewing, I want something to keep my ears busy. I'm using one ear to hear what they're saying in the movie and I'm watching. That's another thing I do. But I'll just sit down and I just pick up a movie. That's when 1,001 thing will come to my head that, remember you have not done this. Remember you have not done that. Before you know it, you see that you discover that I don't even have time for that movie. and that is sacrifice. It is not like when people are watching movie, I'm not interested in watching movie. I discovered that I was reading a book sometime back, and it is the first time I will come across the 80 to 20 rule of leadership, that you invest 80%, you invest 20% of your time to achieve 80% results that you want to achieve. So I discovered that if I invest this time on this thing, it is going to help me to achieve other things. So let's say now in movies now, I want to know the latest happening. I discovered that if I invest my time in improving on myself, I will stay on the longer while achieving that. I'll still get to hear about what is trending. I'll still get to hear about what is happening. While I am investing that it's 20% of my time, I'll get to see 80% results from that 20% investment. So I learn to invest my time, and that's a sacrifice. It is not like I don't want to watch movies. I want to watch movies, but I discovered that there is time for everything. And now is the time that you have that luxury of time to make investments. As a young person, by the time you get married, you have children, at Sunday school on Sundays, the person taking Sunday school was saying that by the time, if you want to do business when you are yet unmarried, because by the time you get married, you have children will come, responsibility will keep piling up. You say, okay, I'll start when the child is still very small. I cannot start a business now. Before you know it, the child is 10 years old, 15 years old. You don't have time for business again. But when you have a business you are doing, you are going to make out the time, okay, I want to start having children. You must have created a proactive plan on how you are going to manage your business while you are giving birth. So people don't want to make sacrifice, and it is the reason why you will see a lot of people blaming people for their circumstances. You cannot change what has happened in the past, but you have the capacity to change what will happen in the future. And what will happen in the future comes from the place of sacrifice. You sacrifice for what you want to see. You pay the price for what you want to see. You cannot keep putting the blame on your parents who failed, who were not millionaires, who were not billionaires, who did not have companies. You cannot keep doing what they did to change your future, to change what you want to see. You have to pay the price for what you want to see. And like you have said, make investments in yourself. And that investment will cost you time. Now, I'm not saying people should not watch movie. Even me, myself, I watch movie. I still watch a movie yesterday, even though it is my mom that gave me the summary of the movie while I'm doing my sewing. It is my mom gave me the summary. I watch movie, but learn to prioritize what will yield results for you. I was discussing with a friend about 2 weekends ago, and I was telling him some of the things I was doing that is sapping my time. He was asking that we have not been talking and all of that, and I told him these are the things that is taking my time. And he was like, because the guy is a source of encouragement to me. He was like, what you are doing now, in a year or two to come, you are going to reap the results. This is just an investment, and I know that it is an investment and all of that. So you make the sacrifice, and the sacrifice should first be in yourself, not considering what people think. There are times that you'll be making some crazy sacrifice and people will be looking at you like, it's like, this person is crazy. What are you doing? Give time for yourself. Use time to flex, use time to cruise. But one thing we should be conscious of is that we will not have the luxury of time forever. And we should learn to maximize the time that we have now. That would just be my take on things we do to limit us. Do you have any other thing you want to say to that before we call it a wrap?
Okay, and also people should like I already said it before, that people should look beyond convenience, to go out there and make yourself something, become something. Because the truth is, you cannot become who you want to be in your comfort zone.
Sorry to cut you short. While we're also discussing this, let's also consider people who do things to impress others. There's a way impressing others can actually limit you too. You want to do it for your parents, for your friends, for your environment, for the people, and those things are actually limiting what you can do.
Your environment determines what you do. Because I remember one of the things that I've learned, as because of what I do, I've learned a lot, and I think about 2 years ago or so, something I learned to feed on.
Yeah.
So even doctors will tell you that the diet you feed on will determine the health of your body. So the same way, our mind also, our mindset is also it's made up of what we feed ourselves on.
Yeah.
What we behold, the things that we see, the books that we read, the movies that we watch, those are the things that contribute to who we are becoming. So you don't grow by feeding on wrong diet.
Yeah.
So you have to feed on, like I said,
The right
you have to
knowledge.
Get materials that are right, something that will inspire your mind. There are times that you read a book and you are like, wow, it will inspire you, it will motivate you to become great, to do something. Maybe before you read that book, you were looking down on yourself. Maybe you thought that you are a nobody, but the book will expose you and to show you that, look, even though there are things that you are limited, you are incapacitated right now that you cannot do, but there is a potential in you. There is a potential. You have the potential of becoming great. Because I believe that everybody is born with a potential.
Yeah.
So, and a potential is something that you are going to
worked on.
Yeah, you can. It may not manifest right now. It may not come to but it's inside you.
Yeah.
It's a possibility that if managed, if put together, it can produce a something that will benefit you and benefit others. So the problem is knowledge. Once you are educated and it's just like having a gun, holding a gun in your hand, and you are not told what that gun can do.
Yeah.
You may miss the opportunity, and you may miss the benefit of, and you will not enjoy the reason why that gun was created. Or having food, and you don't even know that this is a food that, and you'll be hungry, and you don't know that this thing is supposed to quench your appetite or to satisfy your hunger. So I think what we need is knowledge. It's not only in school that you get knowledge. Yeah, it's good to go to school, but it doesn't end there. School may not teach you everything. As you come out, the
real life is where the real learning is.
The learning continues.
Yeah.
So what limits many people is that they stop after coming out from school. They say, well, I've gotten the certificate. Well, let's see. And you know that many people, after they have graduated, if they come out, maybe after a year, you ask them maybe something that they did in school, maybe the same exam they wrote in school. If you set that same exam, they will not be able to pass it.
Yeah.
Because they
stopped reading as soon as they left school.
Everything left their brain. There's no system of refreshing themselves, refreshing their brain, their memory, to make sure that they are their knowledge is intact.
So this thing is another conversation entirely, that people should keep on improving. Students, especially in this part of the world, they have the mindset that as soon as I'm done schooling, that is all. I'm not interested in reading again. There are people that when you ask them now, when was the last time you read? They will ask you, if you ask them, have you read any book this year? Like, am I going to school? So they have this perception that it's only when you go to school that you learn. I always tell teenagers around me, don't learn because you want to pass an exam. Learn because you want to know. When you learn because you want to know, that knowledge will be in you. Nobody can take it away from you. People can snatch your certificate can get torn, it can get burnt. But what you have on the inside of you, no one can steal it from you.
Most times people think that what they need is money. But I'm telling you, looking at so many people, you will know that this person, if you give this person 5 million naira today,
can you manage it?
You will not be able to. If you ask the person, give me an account of the 5 million I gave you, the person will not be.
This thing you have just said. I know somebody that won. I think they mistakenly sent 15 million naira into his account. This is real life issues. Happened to somebody that I know. It happened in a place of work. So they transferred money, 15 million naira by mistake into her account. You can't believe that in less than 1 week, this person finished 15 million naira. What they asked him, what did you use the money to do? He said, I bought sneakers or fine shoes, plenty ones. So people are bankrupt in their mind. They are bankrupt in their mind, and you discover, like you have said, you give them money, they don't know what to do. If you ask people now, what do you need? That is money. Money.
What do you?
As soon as they have that money, the money don't finish even before they see them. So people are bankrupt in their mind.
There's no economic education. I think one of the things that we need to start doing is to educate people. Education. No, it's not in school. It cannot be. Some of these things cannot be gotten in school, but the society can educate these people.
That's the essence of this show. That we enlighten people on what they do not know before. That this is not
money. You need knowledge. You need knowledge. You need to have the knowledge on how to manage money, how to develop the money, what you have, and use it to grow. How to grow money. How to investment is the best. It's not about spending and spending. You ask somebody, if I give you 1 million, the first thing is clothes.
Yes, so clothes, new clothes.
Okay, there's this clothes I saw on Jumia. There's this clothes I saw on social platform. I need to order it. So you cannot grow like that. You have to go beyond, thinking about things that. Buying cars, all those things, they are not investments.
External.
They are expensive. They are things many people that have money. Money today is the richest person. Some people they will count it based on maybe the cars that you have or maybe all those things. If the person even have houses and all that, we can still consider it as an investment because it can be rented out and it can generate money. But you have cars and clothes, expensive clothes. Who cares? Who cares if you're wearing a 1 million naira chain? All those things are not necessary.
Wearing a 1 million naira chain and you don't have the 1 million naira in your account. You see some people, they have phones of over 500,000 naira. They don't have 500,000 naira land in their village. They're living in a rented apartment and they don't even have half or quarter plots anywhere. So people need to be reorientated, and thank God for a program like this where we can get to enlighten people, enlighten the society that this is not how it should be done. This is how it should be done.
Okay. That's all for today.
So thank you all so much for staying tuned with us on this session. It's been an amazing time. I personally have learned something, and I'm sure you have learned something as well. Before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Prime Media TV, on Instagram, Prime Media Studio, TikTok, Prime Media Studio, on the website, enginespeak.com. On YouTube, we are definitely EngineSpeak. Do well to follow us on all these social media platforms too, so you can see all that we represent on those platforms. You can as well drop your comments in the comment section. We want to hear from you. We want to know where you are watching us from. We want to hear your take on what we have discussed today. And Niri Jubailo, like Yoruba will always say, I am Ayo until I come your way again. Do have a great day. Bye.